Black joy. And now I'd like to introduce you all to the amazing Corey Stokes, Senior Vice President and Creator for Essence Ventures and Interim Deputy Editor of Essence. He is a powerhouse behind the creative editorial vision of the entire Essence Ventures, including Essence Festival of Culture. Please welcome Corey Stokes to the stage.
Thank you, Toya. Hi, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Again, I'm Corey Stokes, Senior Vice President Creative at Essence Ventures and the Interim Deputy Editor at Essence. And while I'm typically one that's not necessarily front-facing, I enjoy to be behind the scenes making magic happen. I'm very, very excited to be here to welcome you all to Essence Festival of Culture 2022, presented by Coca-Cola. In my short time here, it's been about 3 months, the team and I have been able to produce 3 really beautiful covers, all tied to this weekend. We have the icon Janet Jackson on our print covers, which you can find on newsstands right now, so please run, don't walk to grab you a copy. After this, it's a really beautiful cover story written by Garrett Kennedy. Along with Jackson, we have R&B giant Lucky Day, who's a NOLA native, and the beautiful Summer Walker as our digital cover stars. And what's really special about the 3 of them is not only that they're performing at the Superdome this weekend, but we believe they really speak to the creative vision that we have for Essence. And that's one that's multi-generational, one that's innovative, and one that continues to set the standard for Black excellence. The leadership team and I are really, really excited to continue to take off in a big way, thanks to the runway that Caroline and Rich have built over the past few years. So I just implore you guys to continue to watch this space. This weekend, we put out all the stops in terms of experiences for Essence Fest. We have our fan favorites like Beauty Carnival and Wellness House, but we've also introduced a couple new experiences, including In His Zone, our men's dedicated space, and also the Food and Wine Festival, which you can find outside the convention center, and you can probably find Rich there as well. And so, yes, as we gather here for the next 4 or 5 days, I just want to welcome you all back home to New Orleans and welcome everyone back home to Essence Festival of Culture. Thank you, guys.
Let's please welcome the incomparable Pauline Malcolm Thornton, Chief Revenue Officer of Essence Ventures, to the stage now. Pauline is another key member of the team that helped bring the Essence Festival of Culture you are about to experience this weekend together. Pauline is also responsible for bringing all of the sponsors we see here together today. Please welcome Pauline to the stage.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I am so thrilled to be with you all today. Thank you so much, Toya, for the introduction. I have had the distinct pleasure to join the Essence team now for 4.5 months, and what an incredible ride it has been. My team and I have worked tirelessly with building strategic partnerships with all of our partners here. We've had the distinct pleasure of working with them, and they've made incredible investments in the Black community to deliver on one of our core pillars, which is creating equity within our community, especially within the New Orleans community and beyond. I'm so thrilled to say, and pleased to say, that we have closed a record number of revenue this year. It's our biggest year. We've made history in terms of the sponsorship and investment that our partners have invested in Essence. So incredibly proud of that. And I am so pleased to introduce some of our sponsors. First up is going to be Henry Hendricks, who is VP of Multicultural Marketing, Strategy, and Engagement for the Coca-Cola Company. Henry? I'm going to be Vanna White, so I'm going to stand to the side. Yes.
Thank you, Pauline. Thank you, Pauline. And good morning, everyone. Good to be here today. I'm not going to repeat my title because it is very long. Paulina did a great job. But I am thrilled today to be here representing the Coca-Cola Company back in New Orleans with Essence for the Essence Festival of Culture. Oh, well, this is too low. I mean, I'm average height, everybody. Can you hear me now? Do you want me to repeat? I heard the no's. All right, but I am proud to be here and thrilled, absolutely thrilled to be representing the Coca-Cola Company, to be back here in New Orleans, and I will repeat that again, to be back in New Orleans this year, bringing the Essence Festival of Culture. We're very proud to be the presenting sponsors. I'll tell you more about our relationship with Essence, Coca-Cola's presence at this year's festival, why I'm excited to talk to you about season 4 of If Not For My Girls. Yes. And the ongoing impact that we've had here in New Orleans, the local community, because it's important to us to contribute. At Coca-Cola Company, our purpose is to refresh the world and make a difference. And diversity, equity, and inclusion are a core piece at the heart of our values and a cornerstone of our company culture. We proudly invest in programs and relationships to create a better shared future for our business relationships and our consumers. And we empower access to equal opportunity, both in our workplaces and in the local community. For the past 26 years, Coca-Cola has been the presenting sponsor of the Essence Festival of Culture. Together with Essence, we've demonstrated the power of building a strong, inclusive community. And today, I'm pleased to announce that Coca-Cola recently renewed our relationship with Essence. We've expanded our relationship, so over the next 5 years, we will continue our commitment to the community and the impact to women's empowerment. Now, this expanded agreement will span several of our brands, so it's not just Coca-Cola. You'll see our portfolio start to show up in these spaces and create a year-round connection with the multiple generations that come to Essence Festival of Culture. This encompasses all aspects of Essence media and content properties, including Essence Black Women in Hollywood, Essence Wellness House, Essence Fashion House, Essence Girls United, and most recently, Essence Black Women in Sports. Building upon our multi-year extension, I'm thrilled that If Not For My Girls returns this year for its 4th season across social media and live platforms. Co-created with Essence, this didn't just come out of a vacuum, this is co-created with Essence. If Not For My Girls highlights Black women as the CEOs of their communities. And this is done through year-long social content and in-person activations. This year's cast, and I'm very excited about this, includes talented artists like Chloe Bailey, Justine Skye, and Ryan Destiny. Now, personally, I'm very excited to see this come to life. I've been in awe of Chloe and her sister Hallie when they were first introduced to us when they came through Beyonce, and to see their work on Grownish. And I have to tell you, I have a teenage daughter, and she absolutely loves Chloe. She is just in awe of her. So I'm overjoyed to be working closely with Chloe and seeing the power of the friendship of those 3 women come to life through If Not For My Girls. Together, these women will showcase the importance and power of relationships and the unique sisterhood, love, and experiences that Black women share. We'll kick things off with this year's cast at our Girl Talk panel this Saturday at noon inside the Coca-Cola Joyland booth in the Convention Center. And I'm putting a plug in now. Stop by the Coca-Cola booth. It's off the chain. Joyland, the booth, is a space where Black women can fully express their uniqueness and also connect and empower themselves through art, music, and motivational sessions. We will bring joy, empowerment, and sisterhood to all the festival attendees through unique experiences and special guest performances by the likes of Lotto, Tank, K. Michelle, Real Timmy, Doechii, Lady London, and that's just to name a few, so please come by the booth at the Convention Center. In addition to Joyland, this Saturday morning, the Mayor of New Orleans, thank you, Mayor Cantrell, will be joined by April Dupre and Angela Simmons to walk the 2-mile Smart Walk. Hosted by Smartwater, this walk will be a great opportunity to enjoy a scenic tour of downtown New Orleans and enjoy Smartwater, of course. Smartwater is also the host of the Essence Wellness House, where Angela Simmons and Tamar Braxton and Ty Beauchamp will host several inspiring sessions to discuss healing, finding peace through self-care, and overcoming adversity. And if you find yourself looking for a good laugh, Essence After Dark Comedy, presented by Sprite, will be held at the Joy Theater this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. We're bringing a lot, y'all, bringing the community together. And as you've just heard, we've been celebrating the Festival of Culture for 26 years. We've also delivered on our purpose to make a difference by investing in the communities in which we work and live, including the city of New Orleans. It certainly has been a long 2 years without the festival here in the city. But through all of the challenges the community has faced, know that Coca-Cola was always there. And Coke will always be there for the city of New Orleans and the state of Louisiana. Over the past 5 years, we have granted nearly $2 million to various organizations that impact the New Orleans community in collaboration with our bottling partner, Coca-Cola Bottling Company United, and the Coca-Cola Foundation. When Hurricane Ida hit, Coca-Cola United quickly produced, canned, and donated cases of drinking water to Louisiana and other impacted states to aid hurricane relief efforts. In addition, we've distributed grants to local organizations such as the New Orleans Culinary and Hospitality Institute, Convoy of Hope, Terrebonne General Health Systems Foundation, and the Salvation Army of Greater New Orleans. These examples showcase the power of the Coca-Cola Company and our network as bottlers, as well as the continued support for the city of New Orleans. So, in closing, it has been an honor to speak with you today. And on behalf of the Coca-Cola Company, I wanted to extend a sincere thank you to each of you for being here and having an impact on the Black community and the city of New Orleans. I'm proud of the relationship we have built with Essence and the city, and I look forward to an incredible weekend with all of you. I will now hand it over to Anthony with AT&T.
Thank you, Henry. Oh, I gotta put this down. Way down, okay. Told you I was gonna be Vanna. So next sponsor that we're gonna hear from is Marichelle Knight, who is the Senior Vice President of Strategic Program Realization at the AT&T Company. Marichelle.
Good morning. Hello, everyone. So I know you all as excited as I am to be back here live and in person. Yes. Personally, I'm excited. This is my third time here at Essence Festival, and I'm glad to see friends. I know there are some AT&Ters here that I have not seen in years. I'm looking forward to meeting new folks. I've already met a couple of new folks, so I'm excited about that. But more importantly, I'm so happy to be here as we amplify and celebrate Black culture. So thank you for hosting us. Thank you for all that Essence is doing. And personally, every time I leave Essence Festival, I'm more energized, I'm more excited, inspired, and resolute about the things that's happening in the Black community. Professionally, as AT&T Senior Vice President of Strategic Program Realization, I'm really proud of what AT&T is doing in the 5 years that we've supported this essential festival here in New Orleans. And as one of the largest Black culture and music events for all Black audiences in the U.S., I'm really proud that we're at the front and center of what's happening here. Essence is proof that convening and supporting Black women has ripple effects beyond the individuals who are here in New Orleans. At AT&T, we're in the business of connecting people to greater possibilities. Possibilities that come from empowering multiple generations of Black women who positively impact their lives, their families, their communities, and future generations, much like what happens here at Essence Festival. And I see this in my own life, at work with women leaders, and in my personal relationships, my mother, my sisters, my friends, my nieces. And on a personal note, just as we think about AT&T, and we'll talk more about our connectivity, connecting people with educational opportunities, just a personal story. My mom, I grew up in a real small town in Florida. My mom had to press just to get through high school, but she instilled in her kids education and the importance of education. And so through her sacrifice and commitment, all of her kids completed high school. 2 of us actually went on to college, have master's degrees. And this year, I've had the opportunity to watch my niece, her first grandchild, graduate from college, and watch 2 of her granddaughters who will be entering college in the fall. So for us, it's an exciting time, and I call it, for me as an engineer, the math is 1, 2, 3, my mom being 1, 2, my sister and I, 3 being my 3 nieces. That's generational increase. And that's the power of what happens through Essence Festival. And we know that when Black women and girls are empowered, things shift. And we see it throughout our community, and I'm so excited to be here. The culture, our culture, is at the heart of what happens every day here in New Orleans. This festival is a catalyst for Black women and a space for us to be empowered for education and for inspiration. As a company, connecting people to possibilities, we know those connection points happen in life every day, which is why we started connecting girls to educational resources around elementary school. The earlier we get our girls, the better. AT&T provides vital knowledge to communities through our connected learning centers, which supply quality and necessary internet and devices to students across the country. And to ensure our young Black professionals have access to necessary tools, AT&T partners with historically Black colleges and universities. And you know something about HBCUs here in New Orleans, right? And in the state of Louisiana, there's 6 HBCUs here in the state of Louisiana. Quite impressive. And it's such a strong culture that those grads, not just for the grads, but for the communities that they return to give back to. And AT&T recognized the impact of these students, which is why we have an initiative, HBCU Future Leaders Program, and it's a multi-year mentoring program and workforce readiness initiative for students at HBCU. We also have the HBCU Innovation Challenge. This is pretty fun, where we push students and help them with creating advanced solutions to address problems that they identify in their community. And in addition to that, in addition to supporting the next generation of Black professionals, we understand the needs for Black small business owners and entrepreneurs. And when it comes to entrepreneurship, Black women are among the leading demographic that's actually launching new businesses. And we're really committed and glad to see and provide economic opportunity as a top priority at AT&T. I'm honored to be, as I conclude, I'm honored to be on the grounds with Black excellence here at Essence. The attendees, speakers, and performers are a shining example of what connecting Black women to each other and to helpful resources can achieve. Thank you to the AT&T team for hosting me, and thank you to the Essence leadership for your continued amazing work. We look forward to what is going to happen over the next 4 or 5 days, what we'll see, hear, and experience in the upcoming days. Have a great Essence Festival.
Thank you so much, Marshall. I am now pleased to introduce you to our next sponsor, LaTondra Newton, Senior Vice President and Chief Diversity Officer of the Walt Disney Company, which I am a former very proud cast member.
Good morning, everybody. Oh, come on, you did better. Good morning, everybody. Okay, I know you're going to have to say that a lot of times today, but that's okay, because it's a good morning. We're all back, we're here in person. Right. So again, I'm LaTondra Newton. I go by Ton, so feel free to call me Ton. And I'm responsible for diversity and inclusion across the globe for the Walt Disney Company. On behalf of my colleagues here, and we have a big Disney contingent in the house right in this area here. Yes. We are so honored to participate at this year's Essence Festival of Culture. You can imagine the level of masterful planning and teamwork and stress that has taken place over the last several months as the exclusive entertainment sponsor. And we hope the experiences we've developed represent the true potential of Black joy. Over the next 4 days, Disney will deliver an unparalleled experience for our festival attendees. And nearly 100 of our employees are here on site to help make that magic happen. But I want to give a special shout out to one person who's sitting right here wearing the Mickey shirt, and that's Jill Estorino, president of Disney Parks and Resorts International. Now, the reason I wanted to recognize Jill is because not only is she a colleague and a dear friend of mine, but Jill is a fierce ally for the Black community at the Walt Disney Company. And she's also executive champion for the Black consumer experience work that we've really doubled down on in the last couple of years. Now, as the exclusive entertainment sponsor this year, the Walt Disney Company is proud to celebrate joy, creativity, innovation, and excellence with you throughout the entire weekend. Throughout the years, we've had an honor of working with the team at Essence to really build on our relationship. And it just feels so great to be able to take that relationship to the next level. Now, Essence selected a fitting theme for this year's festival. It's the Black Joy for Me. Black joy is reminiscent of our community's incredible creativity and the way we bring stories to life in every form of entertainment and media. Now, this festival is always a premier opportunity for us to engage with fans on all our brands under one roof, as they say. And we plan a variety of immersive Disney experiences this weekend, showcasing these iconic brands. Now, including, but not limited to, our parks, experiences, and products. That would be Walt Disney World, Disneyland Resort, the Disney Cruise Line, our entertainment content brands, including ABC News, Disney Plus, ESPN, Freeform, FX, Hulu, National Geographic, and Onyx Collective. And of course, our theatrical film studios such as Pixar and Marvel. Now come on, you got to give it up for Marvel, the home of Black Panther. Coming back again later this year. Yes. Okay. Festival attendees will experience Black excellence reflected through many of our activations this weekend, from the center stage and fan zone to eSuite panel, Essence Film Festival, the Essence Eats Food and Wine Festival. And I hope you'll be able to check out all of these offerings. Now, not only is Disney the executive entertainment sponsor for this year, but we recently announced something really exciting. We are embarking on and have launched a unique relationship between Essence and Hulu. Hulu is the official streaming destination with Essence Fest Prime Time. Now, each day of the festival, starting at 7 p.m., select Essence Festival musical performances and programming will be available to live stream only on Hulu. So tell your friends to watch Hulu. And this includes previously announced headliners such as Janet Jackson, Nicki Minaj, and New Edition. Now, yes. Now, highlights. Yes, it is a big deal. Thank you. Highlights from festival programming throughout the day and live celebrity interviews with host Angela Lee Yee will also be available on Hulu. Now, this is a first for us. And we look forward to providing yet another opportunity to expand the reach of the festival to fans across the country. Now, as storytellers at Disney, we are uniquely positioned to inspire, encourage, uplift, and create content and experiences that touch lives of millions of people. And we want to raise the industry standard and lead the way in telling authentic stories developed by Black creators, featuring Black talent, and produced by Black professionals at all levels of our company. Representation really matters in our unique storylines, in our characters, in our experiences, and we want our employees, our fans, and our consumers, our communities to see themselves reflected in the products and experiences that we create. At Disney, we continue to push boundaries, innovate, and expand our audiences through life-provoking stories and experiences that we hope inspires all of us. And we've seen over and over again that great Black stories are great stories for everyone. Again, it's an honor to be the exclusive entertainment sponsor at the Disney Essence Festival of Culture. And I want to give a special thanks to Mayor Cantrell and the other elected officials and dignitaries here today. Thank you for welcoming Disney to the great city of New Orleans. We're excited to celebrate the power of joy through the festival weekend and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you so much, LaTondra. And now, next up is Andrea Howard, Focus Audience Marketing Manager for the Ford Motor Company.
All right, good morning, everyone. Keeping the theme. I bring greetings and congratulations from Ford Motor Company. Welcome back to New Orleans. And I'd like to personally say it's my first time at Festival, so I'm so excited to be here and experience the Black Joy for me this weekend. But Ford's been here for the past 14 years, and we're so excited to be the exclusive vehicle sponsor for the Essence Festival of Culture. And we're here this year to take you on a joyride to Destination Joy. Because joy is an opportunity for Black women to be their authentic selves, connecting, engaging, and enjoying on their terms. In our activation at Essence Festival this year, we're going to celebrate the joy of feeling electric, share music, new experiences, and memories with opportunities to dance, sing karaoke. Yes, I said karaoke. You can sing in the car. Create content and share with your network. And of course, you'll be able to ride and drive our latest Ford vehicles, including our all-electric new F-150 Lightning, our all-electric Mustang Mach-E, our hybrid Maverick, and one of our Bronco family vehicles, our Bronco Sport, along with others in the lineup. And it doesn't stop there. Thanks to our partners at SiriusXM, we'll also be hosting celebrity interviews on Friday and Saturday, as well as Gospel Star on Sunday. And of course, the experience in our booth would not be complete without some fabulous premiums, so please stop by to see what those may be. They're going to be fabulous. And while we're here in town, we're also really excited to be giving back to the community. Ford has given to the NAACP since 1978. And for our ride and drives this weekend, on Friday and Saturday, we're going to donate $20 to the New Orleans chapter of the NAACP for every ride and drive taken, up to $10,000 this weekend. We're also donating to Warriors in Pink, and it's dedicated to helping and inspiring those who are in a fight against breast cancer. And what you may not know about Warriors in Pink is that it's a Ford Motor Company initiative that started back in 1993. So for almost 30 years, Ford has worked with our partners at the Susan G. Komen organization and the Pink Fund to help thousands of patients and survivors and co-survivors that are affected with this fight against breast cancer. So we're also going to be supporting Warriors in Pink this weekend with our Sunday Ride and Drive. So for that day, we're also going to donate $20 for every test drive taken if you come by and drive in one of our vehicles. So for some of our other experiences across the Essence campus, we're going to be celebrating Black women in all of their glory. We're going to highlight leaders in tech, food, and wellness during panel discussions and conversations over the weekend. In the Essence Eats Food and Wine event, you can learn how to throw down in the kitchen with Chef Tanya Pretty Plates Chavez. And then you can pop over to the Tech Summit and learn how owning an EV can positively impact your community. And that's going to be led by EV Noir's Dr. Shelley Francis and a couple of other panelists who are EV experts. And then on Wellness House on Sunday, you can have a conversation about self-care led by travel adventurer Kelly Edwards, as well as Outdoor Afro and other outdoor partners. Now, it would not be an Essence Festival if Ford did not give a vehicle away during the weekend. We're so pumped that one of the lucky attendees at Festival is going to win a vehicle of their choice up to $50,000. Absolutely. And Ford is so pumped to have daytime Emmy Award-winning talk show host, comedian, actor, and best-selling author Sherry Shepard to help us give away the Ford vehicle for our sweepstakes winners on Sunday evening at the Caesars Superdome when New Edition and the Isley Brothers, I'm so excited to see both of them, raise the roof at the concert. We're so thankful that Sherry can join Ford as she gears up this summer to launch her nationally syndicated talk show, Sherry. It's coming this September. We're going to be premiering a trailer of her show in our booth on Saturday, and then we're going to talk to her about her show that's coming up from the Ford stage. So be sure to check out our booth for that conversation. On behalf of Ford, I would like to thank the Essence leadership team, Essence Communications, the City of New Orleans, and all of the other sponsors that are here to help make this a fabulous event for all of these Black women that are going to be descending on the city and turning it up. And we really appreciate the partnership. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andrea. Next up is Elizabeth Campbell, Senior Director, Cultural Engagement and Social Media Content for the McDonald's Company.
You need to look no further, don't you know?
Beautiful, thank you. Okay, wait a minute. This sister is bad. Okay, and she is doing a fabulous job. You said you've been here for 4 months?
4 months.
Okay, and look at all that you've done. So congratulations to you. Congratulations. So hi, my name is Elizabeth Campbell, and I also have to give one more shout out to you. You were laying it down today, and I'm gonna tell you, the only people who stood up and was grooving was me and Richelieu, because we was ready. Now everybody else, you need to get ready for this weekend, because she's gonna continue to lay it down.
We'll party a little later, in a couple hours, actually.
But good morning. My name is Elizabeth Campbell, and I'm with McDonald's Corporation, and I'm excited to be here. I'm honored to be here, and it's for a couple reasons. McDonald's has been supporting Essence for over 20 years, and it was a commitment that we made that even during the pandemic, when it was virtual, that we wanted to make sure that we could show up and support. And then even now that we're back here live, it was a commitment that we wanted to be here and show up and support. I'm honored to be here because what most people don't know is that I actually went to the first Essence Festival that they had years and years ago. I was living in Atlanta, Georgia, I had just moved there from Michigan, and I didn't know a lot of people. And some of the individuals I met said, let's do a road trip to New Orleans. I had never been to New Orleans, and we ended up going to the Essence Music Festival. So I will tell you, I was the first girls' trip. I'm just gonna tell you that. So enjoy that moment as a young woman, and now to be back with McDonald's to ensure that we are still supporting this entity is really personal for me. And it's an honor to be here to do this. But I will also say to you that I would not be able to do this if it was not with my girls, and these are my McDonald's girls. And I really need them to stand up right now, because I want you to see all the black women at McDonald's who are putting it down. So these women right here are the ones who have cultivated this weekend for you. They're strong women who are leading our communication strategy, our multicultural strategy, our agency partners with Burrell, but these women that you see here are the ones who have fought to be here, the ones who have said that we need to make sure that we're cultivating an experience that touches the women that are here and that will be here this year, next year, and beyond. So thank you for the work that you guys are doing. So let me share with you a little about what they have put together. So first of all, we are going to do a ribbon kickoff at 10:15 on Friday, where we will unveil our booth. So we're known for having bags. We will have bags at our booth. We're known for sampling food. Yes, Henry, we are going to sample some Coca-Cola products at our booth due to our partnership for you. But then we're also known for having great talent at our booth. So what you will see is Kiki Palmer will be at our booth because she actually has been spearheading and leading and is a spokesperson for a campaign that we just kicked off. And it's called Future 22, which is part of what McDonald's really wanted to do, which was investing in the youth. And so what we did earlier this year was that we featured 22 young adults in which we wanted to showcase what they were doing in the community. And they will be here, be on stage, and you'll be able to see some of the work that they are doing in the community, but Kiki Palmer was actually a spokesperson for them. What we also did with that Future 22 campaign was that we wanted to make sure that it was a campaign that was shot by a black person. So there's a young black man where this was his first commercial that he ever shot. He did it on behalf of McDonald's, and we wanted to do that because we wanted to make sure that he could utilize that as a way to learn, but then also to take his craft and to share it with other individuals in the industry. So some of the people that he's featured and some of the award-winning work that he's done is that he is featured within those 22 individuals, black leaders who are shattering barriers and creating brighter futures for themselves. So you have individuals who have been working on how do they preserve adult sign language for black Americans. You have individuals who are involved in tech. Ian Brock, who is a student, a young man, 17 years old, who's really, really involved in getting individuals in tech. You will see a woman who is actually the first black woman of her age on Wall Street. Her name is Lauren Simmons, who will also be there. But we just wanted to make sure that you could see those individuals, touch them, and see what they're doing in the community and how they will be shaping the future of the world. In addition, what we will do throughout the weekend is that we will, on Sunday, we will conclude the weekend with a high note of having a homecoming experience, which we will bring back our Inspiration Celebration Gospel Tour. That will be at our booth. You'll be able to experience that, as well as you will be able to experience some of the I would say, entertainment and dancing at the booth. In addition to that, we will have meet and greets at our booth from Toya Johnson, Reginae Carter, Jacob Lattimore, as well as a key performance by Jaquez. So these are things that we are doing specifically at the booth and specifically to demonstrate to the community some of the areas that McDonald's is showing up. In addition to that, what is going on in 2022 is that McDonald's has a celebration. We are actually celebrating the 50th anniversary of our National Black McDonald's Owner-Operators. And without those owner-operators, we would not be able to be here to provide this experience, because it's those owner-operators who sit in the community, who make sure that they hire people from the community, who also make sure that they are servicing the community in a way to provide food to the people who are around them. So today, the National Black MBA is one of the largest and most successful black businesses in the United States. As an organization that's coming together, they are committed to giving back to the community, providing scholarships, donating time and money to local school districts, and hiring minority youth, and much more. So you will be seeing them around celebrating their 50th anniversary.
McDonald's, over the past couple of years, has really wanted to make sure that we could not only just make statements, but that we also wanted to make sure that we could walk the walk. So what you've seen us do in the past couple of years is have a true commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And we've done this in a couple ways. The first one is that we made a commitment that we would have increased our investment from 4% to 10% in forging multi-year partnerships with diversity-owned media and production companies, which includes content creators and influencers, because that's where we see the next generation of people within marketing coming. It's those content creators who are on TikTok, those influencers who you see on Instagram. Those are the ones that we need to give opportunities to, and we need to make sure that we're providing them with opportunities to move forward. In addition to that, we have also announced that we will have, that we've been partnering with our supply chain and our suppliers to form by signing a mutual commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion pledge. This pledge states that McDonald's and its suppliers will work towards the shared goals of empowering diverse-owned businesses, creating a new pipeline of diverse talent, driving greater innovation and competition, and driving economic growth of those communities. And to date, we've had over 365 suppliers who have signed this pledge, which makes up about $13 billion of our supply chain. And then lastly, one of the things that we're also working through is that last December, we announced that our franchise recruitment initiative. So people are always asking me, how do I become a McDonald's owner-operator? Well, we announced an initiative so that we would increase the number of franchisees from historically underrepresented groups in the U.S. and internationally. And we are striving to make sure that we're increasing ownership for Black and brown entrepreneurs by announcing this initiative. So this year, we are excited to be back. We're excited to continue to feed, foster, and support Black communities because this is at the core of what we've done for years and years and years. So thank you very much, Essence. Thank you very much, New Orleans, and thank you for having us here.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Next up is Leisha Ward, EVP and Chief External Engagement Officer for Target.
Bravo. How y'all doing? You know, it's the Black joy for you and me that I'm here for. I don't know about you, right? It's a blessing to be here. So on behalf of everyone at Target, we're honored to be the new official mass retail partner for the Essence Festival. We are thrilled. You know, so I hope that you will come check out Target's activation at the convention center and really experience the magic of Target that the team has put together. Y'all know you call us Target. We know it too, and it's okay, right? But you'll have an opportunity to not only experience the magic of Target, but you'll see that we do this work with and through and in partnership with others, right? So you'll have an opportunity to experience entrepreneurs and the content creators of culture, Black culture, that are here with us. And we're really here to lift them up and to ensure that you're able to experience them and so many others that we're in community with that you see in our stores and online. I want to give a big shout out to the Target team. They're here today doing what is so important, which is being of service, right? They're taking part in a day of service right here at the Ashe Cultural Arts Center. They're supporting hands-on cultural activities for over 200 local students. And we're going to be providing each of them with a $100 Target gift card that we hope that they'll be using as they get ready to go back to school or for other things that they and their families need. So I'm really looking forward to meeting them and experiencing that with them, and quite frankly thanking them and recognizing them for all that they do to create an incredible experience for you as guests in our store and online. And they've done that as frontline workers throughout the pandemic with such grace and care for one another and all of you, and we're just really grateful for them and want to show that gratitude to others, right? To whom much is given, much is expected, and that's a part of our DNA at the brand, and so we're here to be of service, and we're honored to be able to do so. We're blessed and we want to pay those blessings forward. You know, there are also some members of the Target team in this room with me today, and quite frankly, they are the ones who are bringing the magic to this experience. They've been working tirelessly on a really tight timeline to ensure that we show up in a way that makes you all proud and excited to be a part of what is already an extraordinary experience that Essence has been doing for decades, quite frankly. But we're here to help elevate that experience, to help ensure that we are creating something that will continue to leave a legacy for our community in ways that create intergenerational wealth and impact. And that's why we're here, right? Yes, it's a party, but it's a party with a purpose, right? We're here to do some business too that supports and lift up our community. So the sisters who are here making the magic happen for Target, please stand and get your flowers. Come on. Come on. And this is just a sampling of the black girl and black boy magic that we're creating at Target that makes me exceptionally proud. So, they've been working real hard. And I've been mainly doing what they tell me occasionally, right? But I think what's important for me is that, I stand here before you today as a senior executive of Target, certainly, and I'm blessed to report to our CEO, Brian Cornell, but I also stand here today as a black woman, right? Born black, still black, right? Been black, gonna be black, gonna die black. And that informs what I do and who I am, right? I bring that lived experience to work every day, and I think that's a part of what makes Target better, quite frankly. And my purpose is to be of service to women, people of color, and underrepresented communities, including the black community that I proudly represent and unapologetically do. And I believe that that really connects beautifully to Target's purpose, which is to help all families discover the joy of everyday life. And over the next 4 days, Target and Essence are going to be creating spaces really for all of us that help us lean in to our purpose and our joy, into black joy in particular. So we're going to celebrate, we're going to rest and rejuvenate because we need that, right? We deserve that. We're often pushed to be so resilient, and we're very resilient people, but we need to rest. I'm in some ways tired of hearing how resilient we are as black women. Damn it, we need rest too, right? We need some rest too. So I hope that you'll take that in and sort of be in this moment, because it's here for you, and we're here to lift up all the things, right? All the things that make us unique and beautiful and powerful and unapologetically black curators of culture and community, right? That's the black girl magic that Essence and all of us as partners have the pleasure of bringing to bear, right? To witness all that we are as a people. We recently entered into this multi-year partnership that builds on a long-standing relationship with Essence, and we share this common vision of fostering black joy by celebrating black women, right? Celebrating black women. And I just want to take a moment to celebrate a black woman who is here. And I want to thank you, the mayor of New Orleans, LaToya Cantrell, right? Like, stand up, right? This is a bad system, right? Thank you for your extraordinary leadership, right? Like, you just continue to keep New Orleans at the center of culture, and not only for the black community, I would argue for the world, right? This is a very important place and space, and you keep it at the forefront, and we appreciate you, right? Being the mayor is kind of a thankless job, I'm just saying. But you do it for all the right reasons, and for that we're grateful. Thank you. And we're very blessed to also have the former mayor of New Orleans here, my friend and brother, Mark Morial. Please stand, Mark. Mark is now, of course, the president and CEO of the National Urban League. Target's had a very long-standing partnership with the National Urban League and the local affiliates. And, Mark is a part of what's so important to us, which is focused on listening, learning, and co-creating solutions with a community and in community. And he keeps it real, right? He lets me know when we're doing things right, and he gives me some tough love when we're not doing things as well as we know we should. And so that's what we want from people who are part of the family, right? We get better together, and so I appreciate all that you've brought to us to help us get better together. I'm also buoyed by the fact that this experience is for us and it's by us and it's about us. And so often we have to sort of do things for everyone in a way that makes us all, feel that everyone is included in the same way. And I'm certainly all for equality and equity, but it's okay to do things that are for us, right? It's okay. And that in many ways, I think, gives us the power and the ability to sort of make a way out of no way and do the things that ultimately lift up all of us in ways that are quite magical. And so being unapologetic about the focus of this is certainly something that Caroline and Rich and many others, I think, have done in a way that's really quite bold and courageous, and I think very, very important. But we do this work together to drive equity and to create change and lasting change that creates spaces for belonging and allows us to raise our voices and share our stories. There's so much power in sharing stories. But this is also about advancing our impact on commerce and community and culture. And here at Essence Festival, that's what's happening, but we're also really excited about what we can do year-round, right? It's not just about the festival, but the ability to build on that 365. Right, to be able to tell these stories and to create an inclusive and equitable economy that really allows the Black community to flourish in ways that are really important and create shared growth. And so Black Joy has been at the cornerstone of Target's Black Beyond Measure campaign that supports Black-owned and founded businesses, and you're going to be seeing more of those stories and those products in our stores and online and here at the festival as well when you come by and check us out at the convention center. And you'll see so many amazing creators, and including, by the way, the fabulous collaboration we have with the amazing Tabitha Brown. Any of you heard of Tabitha Brown? Yeah, you heard of Tabitha Brown? She's had an extraordinary collection that just launched at Target. In fact, I'm wearing one of Tabitha's dresses, and she'll be with us for future partnerships, by the way. So it's not just a one and done. She'll be with us and doing many other exciting product lines, so stay tuned for that. And that's, I think, an example of the progress that we're making, right? We've been on this 16-plus year journey to build and refine our diversity, equity, and inclusion strategy that's really helped us do a better job of recruiting and retaining diverse talent, including more Black folks, offering more products and services from diverse suppliers, and directing our community investments to the communities of color. And we've made progress, right? Like, I'm an OG. Like, I'm the auntie at Target. I've been around for 31 years. I've seen it all, and have continued to advocate for and push for us to get better. And so I can speak with authority when I say, we're not where we want to be, but we're not where we used to be, as my grandmother would say, right? We're pushing for progress, and making progress is what we're still continuing to do. But we also disaggregated our data and looked at the facts. And while we made progress, we felt like we could and should and needed to do more, particularly on the heels of George Floyd's murder and countless others, quite frankly. And that was in our own backyard at our headquarters in Minneapolis. And so while we had done a lot, we knew that it was not sufficient and decided to do more. And we created our Racial Equity Action and Change Committee, of which I'm a founding member. And it was an enterprise-wide effort, right? Everyone coming to the table to integrate into our strategy ways that we could accelerate Target's impact and fuel the economic, social, and structural vitality of Black people, right? Doesn't mean we don't like all other people, we do. But this was about what we needed to do for Black people. And so it wasn't just about making statements. It was about listening, learning, co-creating with lots of cross-sector partners to make a sustainable impact, lasting legacy. And so we've been doing the work, right? The work's not always sexy, but super important. We committed to spend more than $2 billion with a B with Black-owned businesses and suppliers by the end of 2025, right? A goal with a date and measurable outcomes that we could hold ourselves accountable to. Thank you. And that included at least 5% of our annual media budget with Black-owned media. Also really important. And so we're making progress. We're early days, but we've increased our spend with Black-owned brands and suppliers by more than 50%. And we've doubled the number of Black-owned brands on our shelves and online by more than 100, and there is more work to do. We've launched Forward Founders. It's a new accelerator program that helps us with early stage entrepreneurs, these Black-owned and diverse businesses that really helps them take the next step to become retail ready, right? How do we get them ready to be successful in various retail environments, whether they end up on the shelves or online at Target or somewhere else in the ecosystem? We're trying to grow that base and to create some intergenerational wealth in our community that can be sustained. We also provide them with training and resources and an action plan and just things that prepare them to do the work and be successful. So again, swing by the convention center. You're going to see some of the alums of that program speaking, sharing their story, dropping nuggets of wisdom, helping those who are trying to do the same. Bye, Mark. I'm calling the brother out. He's about to leave in the front row. Mark, peace, peace. I told you he's my play brother, play cousin, like this is how we roll, so appreciate you allowing me to do that. But you're going to hear from these amazing alum, and they're going to really be talking about building legacy through family-owned businesses, which seems sort of apropos, given Rich and his mom who is here and his sister and the full family. Like, it's, like, I think a really lovely tribute in a way, so I hope you'll check it out. We also have created the Target Scholars Program. Like so many of our other great colleagues here today, we've talked about the importance of education, and we've awarded 1,000 students scholarships at more than a dozen HBCUs, and the first class of scholars just finished their freshman year, which we're really excited about. And we've expanded that program by offering each of those students an additional $10,000 over the next 3 years, plus continued resources, coaching, mentoring, internships, right? All the things that help us get them not just into college, but we need to get them through college and into careers, right? Like, that's the end game, making them successful. So we're really thrilled about that as well. And I'm about to wrap, I promise. These are just a few of the things that we're working on. I could go on and on. Voting access, safety and police reform, right there. These are the things, the hard things that we're working on that add value, that matter all across this country. And we're proud to be doing that work. And I would just say that Target's partnership with Essence is, you know, such an extraordinary part of that work. And we are so thrilled to be able to be doing that work with incredible partners and thought leaders like the extraordinary, visionary Caroline Wanga. Give it up, give it up, give it up. Stand up, sister. Former friend, sister friend from Target, who is here, president and CEO, changing the game here, elevating this experience in ways that will be transformative, truly transformative, and doing that with the visionary leadership of Richelieu Dennis. He may have stepped out, but it's just this family legacy that is just leaving just seeds that will continue to grow and be nurtured, and that will pay dividends for years and years and years to come. And we're just grateful for that and all that you've done to continue to put Black women at the center of this work in a way that they truly deserve is remarkable and extraordinary, and it's a gift that has been fully received by me and many others, so thank you for that commitment. We're blessed by it. And I just hope that you'll continue to experience the joy that this festival will bring to you in ways that nourish us all. I mean, it's been a rough couple of years, right? And we need this, again, to restore and to rejuvenate, so please accept that gift. And again, it's the Black joy for you and me. And to the sisters out there, because this is for you, right? I see you. I see you. I value you. I respect you. You are not alone. We got this. We can do hard things, but we don't have to do hard things alone. And this is about the power of the sisterhood. And the Target team is just honored to be a small part of the sisterhood. God bless.
Thank you, Leisha. Now we're going to have Dr. Julie Claire Morrell, Chief Medical Officer for the United Healthcare Community Plan of Louisiana.
This life can make you so confused, but it's all right. Living day by day.
Good morning. Good morning. Last but not least, I believe. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Essence. Thank you, City of New Orleans, Mayor Cantrell. Thank you, Ms. Wanga. We are so excited that United Health Group is honored to be a major sponsor of the 2022 Essence Festival of Culture. As a New Orleans native and in my role as a Chief Medical Officer for our community plan, we are particularly thrilled that the festival is live and in person this year. So we want to welcome everybody here to enjoy. United Health Group is a healthcare and well-being company made up of two distinct complementary businesses, Optum and United Healthcare, and our mission is to help people lead healthier lives and help the healthcare system work better for everyone. Central to our mission are efforts to advance health equity. We believe that health equity is achieved when every person has the opportunity to lead their healthiest life without social, economic, or environmental barriers. Today, there's still too many barriers to good health care, disproportionately experienced by people of color, historically marginalized groups, and those with lower incomes. We see the opportunity to advance health equity in nearly every aspect of our ambitions in our organization. We want to build a modern, high-performing healthcare system that improves access, affordability, the patient or member experience to impact outcomes positively for all the people served. We believe our relationship with Essence will help bring health and break a lot of these barriers and bring this discussion to the forefront at the festival and later after the festival in our communities. Our goal through the partnership is to empower and embark on a journey to positively impact not just our African American women, but our communities in general. Thank you for the opportunity. Enjoy Black Joy.
Thank you, Dr. Morrell. I just wanted to say again a special, special heartfelt thank you to all of our sponsors. We look forward to building a long-term partnership with you guys for many years to come. And thank you so much for your support and helping us to celebrate Black Joy. With that, I'm going to bring Toya Johnson back on stage.
And now, I would like to introduce the incredible Miss Caroline Awanga, Chief Executive Officer, Essence and Chief Growth Officer for Essence Ventures. Caroline would like to give a few words. Welcome, Miss Caroline, to the stage. You look amazing.
Hey, fam. It's just good to be with each another, as my brother Rich Lou Dennis says all the time. It's just good to be with each another. And I think that what we have learned over the time that we haven't been able to gather is that, one, on every petty point that I can, nobody does it like us. Number two, nobody needs it more than us. Yeah? And before I give my remarks, and I know we're running behind, and I apologize for that, but we are going to manage our time management, but we're going to honor our culture with the time it deserves. Because if this was a family barbecue, we wouldn't be mad that it was running late. It's safe to be your corporate black selves here too, by the way. I'm in corporate recovery, so I'm working through it. Rich Lou Dennis and the Dennis family, Mary Dennis, Uncle Raja, Uncle Emmett, and all the others that are here, entrusted me with a sacred cultural treasure. That it was important for the family to ensure was back in Black hands so it could serve Black bodies, minds, and spirits. And the honor of being entrusted with that is great. But what's more important is what Rich Lou Dennis and the Dennis family did for us. They don't like the recognition. They don't like being called out because they operate with servants' hearts. But what we're not gonna do is let this moment continue without doing our part to thank them with what we communally accept as applause for the Dennis family. I'm not sure if y'all understand how hard it is to choose to believe in a future that a lot of other people can't see. I don't believe a lot of you understand how humble you have to be to say, we gonna do it anyway. You don't know how difficult it is to listen to everybody tell you, don't do it, and do it anyway. And what I've had the pleasure of being is somebody who has benefited from the energy I didn't know I needed, the inspiration that I didn't know I'd never experienced, that this family is a symbol for the globe. And I have to honor them because they do it self-funded, they do it sacrificially, and they do it for us. There is this woman named Latoya Cantrell. TD. Literally TD. Who, in the 27 years we've been here, as the first Black female mayor of this city, with another record-breaking second term first Black mayor of this city, who on a regular basis holds us accountable to the end of our name, not the beginning of our name. Yes, this is the Essence Festival, but what she holds us accountable to, supports and puts her name on the line for, is the culture part. You are a custodian of the culture of New Orleans, but more importantly, you are a bad sister who fights battles that nobody sees, who compromises every part of herself on behalf of her community and is not thanked enough. And sister, we love you. And it's hard to be cute and wear a bulletproof vest, so often we're vulnerable. The Essence Festival of Culture is never leaving the city of NOLA. The Essence Festival of Culture is never leaving the city of NOLA. The Essence Festival of Culture is never leaving the city of NOLA. The Essence Festival of Culture is never leaving the city of NOLA. All of y'all that have come and asked me that and said somebody told you, I've given you the same answer. How you gonna believe them over me? That is because we aren't embedded and we're born together. We can't exist separately. And Katrina tried it once, so we had to go to Houston. Love Houston, but it ain't it. COVID tried for 2 years. And what you proved is, in 2 years where we had to go virtual, in 2020, 45 million views were done. 2021, 65 million views were done. And as we gather here again in the city, we will never depart. we have the opportunity for the first time to have our festival be live and virtual, so that our global diasporic community can be with us even if they ain't with us, and we can be with them even if we're not with them. And what that unlocks is the power that Black joy needs to fuel so we can return Blackness to greatness in the way we should have always had it. So, as all of you with your 3 years worth of outfits, 2 years of those you're just wearing because you've lost the receipt. Welcome. For those of you listening, watching, and here, there's a short thing I want to say to you, because if you know the way that Essence is functioning right now, we function from what's your responsibility to do with your hands and your purpose what you can do. Because if we start doing everything we can do, what others do doesn't penetrate quite as far. So if you think about this thing we call culture, that is what we do as Black people, and it is precious. It hasn't always been treated with the right care. And so the way that I want you to be thinking about culture is we gather together and have a great time, unapologetically, no need to accommodate, explaining it to others, but they're welcome to come, but Google it first, because we've got to do some stuff together. What we are as Black culture, globally, and this narrative about trying to divide the global Black community is not fueled by goodness. What we have is something that should be treated like a family heirloom. We're present here today on the shoulders of folks who didn't know that this could even happen, which means that what we are doing with the culture now is the heirloom that was passed to us by them. And so this heirloom of our ancestors, that is Black culture, that now sits in the time that we're here, has to be treated like one. And so here's my charge to you, no matter what part of the melanin spectrum train you are on, is number one, if this Black culture thing is an heirloom of our ancestors that we have been handed and have to preserve, then number one, we should be relentless on seeking the highest version of its value and accept nothing less. Because you would do that if it was an heirloom. We should store it in the compartment of our minds with the right care and preservation, like you would if it was an heirloom. We should ensure that the next generations receive the full, accurate story of origin and value of it. We have to diligently and indignantly disrupt inaccurate and untrue narrative about its true value in the circles you dwell in, whether there's somebody Black there or not. We have to boast, display, brag, and invite all those you know to be amazed at how magnificent this thing is and how necessary it is to preserve it so its full value will be realized, retained, reciprocated, and appropriately rewarded. And lastly, we have to welcome people to the museums that put it on display for those that don't get it but need to learn it. And you're at one of the biggest ones. The Essence Festival of Culture has a theme of Black joy. We're saying it's a Black joy for me today. Black joy is necessary because we need the safety that joy creates to meet our individual personal purpose. Because when you come here, that shoulder rub you got, that head nod from a stranger, that girl, look at you, that, ooh, he fine, whatever it may be, is the thing that puts that fuel in your tank, puts that armor on your spirit, puts that fervor in your purpose, that when you go back to wherever you are, where there's a few less melanated people than where you are now, you realize that you might be in a small group by yourself, but you're not alone. And what that means is that then it is safe for you to go on the vulnerable journey to find out what you were born to do in this world, and to do it indignantly, because nobody else can do it but you, or the world goes without. And remember, I said there are people who died for us. We don't have anything to be afraid of compared to what they did. And I'm not saying it's always done without fear. I'm saying it's done agnostic of it. The Black joy for me is to be here together. We're in New Orleans. We're having a festival. We're sitting in the place where you leave your fuel to go do what you're supposed to do in the world. And so for me, what I hope becomes true for you and the people that are joining us virtually is that wherever your tank was, it's more full, your back is straighter, your swag is smarter, and everything about what makes you beautiful because you are the heirloom of our ancestors manifests here and every day after here and until we see you again. We are so excited to have so many people here, but I want you to tell how important y'all are. That even the Vice President of the United States said, I got to get down there. I got this big job in this big house over there in D.C. So even Sister Campbell is coming to sit with us on Saturday. I could say a lot of other things. You guys know I'm verbose. But I'm going to stop. And I'm going to stop because what's important is for us to take some time to hear from the woman who is the Sergeant-at-Arms of Black culture here in the city of Louisiana. the city of NOLA in the state of Louisiana. And is not always supported, but is always dedicated and has fought sacrificially for us to be able to be here again and again and again. And without Miss LaToya Cantrell, we don't make it. Ladies and gentlemen, our chief sister of the city, Mayor LaToya Cantrell.
Thank you so much, Caroline, for your warm words, your support, your love, for your leadership. And thank you, Richelieu, for your vision. I'm so excited. The city of New Orleans is so excited to host the Essence Festival of Culture once again in our city after a 2-year hiatus. We're prepared and we're more ready than ever before. We know that the investments in our economy are real. We know that over 90% of our hotels and motels are the occupancy mirrors that of 2019. But we also understand that that's only a snapshot. That doesn't capture folks who will be in short-term rentals or coming and staying with family and friends or in dorm rooms and the like. The investment and the impact on our economy is truly appreciated, and it truly does meet us where our needs are in our community. But make no mistake about it, as the first woman mayor of the city of New Orleans in its 300 years, and a Black woman at that, like one of our local influencers will say, you got to know that it's the Black joy for me. You got to know that. Because that Black joy, that we can be bold about it. It represents the vibrancy of who we are and the power, that collective power that we have. And the fact that Essence is home to the city of New Orleans, who is the most Afrocentric city in the United States of America. And it gives us what we need to be unapologetic about that. And it is rooted and embedded in the culture of this city again, that is second to none in the world. But it's because of the people of this community and the commitment to preserve that culture is also embedded in the history of the Essence Festival of Culture. I will also like to say that as the 5th mayor, right, to be in leadership and in partnership with Essence. My brother, Mayor Mark Morial, was the first, and he deemed it as a party with the purpose. And while I'm the 5th mayor, it means that I also have the responsibility of keeping it going. Sometimes being mayor when traditions are there, the hardest part is one, don't mess it up, right? You keep building, you keep growing. because it's also about the community and that collective community and then investments not just in the city of New Orleans, but in the Black community across America. I also would have to say that, you know, when Caroline mentioned about what that joy means and to refuel, I have to be honest about it. I need that too. And it's leaders across this country and mayors who are on the front lines leading like no others are. We need this, and I'm one of them. So I say thank you so much for your commitment to this city. You have mine to ensure that this legacy lives on. I want to say thank you so much to the partners, those who have remained and those who have come on board. Because what it demonstrates again, and I know firsthand that you're investing in the communities, the neighborhoods in this city. But as I said before, it is truly an example of how you're doubling down on your investments in Black people in this country. And for that, I say thank you. So keep being intentional about that spend, about that partnership. Because the needs are great and the time is now in this country. So I am so happy to be Black. I'm so happy to be a Black woman. And I'm so happy that Essence has our back. Because we depend on that as Black women to be empowered, to be uplifted, to be supported, and to be protected. And again, there's no better time than now. So on behalf of the city of New Orleans, I say thank you. I say it's the Black joy for me. God bless you.
Hello. Thank you again to all of the amazing sponsors. Again, we would not be here if it wasn't for you guys. Lastly, I would like to bring out the amazing, beautiful Mrs. Hbcu, the Essence Chief of Staff. I'm sorry for messing that up, y'all. The amazing, beautiful Ms. Hbcu.
Hello, everybody. Okay, everybody has to say, because I know we've been here, you guys are like, festivals gotta go. Everybody gotta say, it's the Black joy for me. It's the Black joy for me. For me, correct. That's my boss, so when she says it, I gotta say it, because it's definitely joyful to be in here. My job here is easy because I actually get to connect with all of the stakeholders on the ground of New Orleans and Louisiana that are the partners that help us, support us to bring this to life. We're actually here because of this great city and the people that exist in it, that lead it. And so I am super honored at this time to have the opportunity to acknowledge, first of all, the city of New Orleans, the one and only Madam LaToya Cantrell, TD, the mayor of this great city of New Orleans. Thank you. Thank you, and thank you for all that you continue to do with and for us in partnership. Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser of the state of Louisiana, Governor Bell Edwards, U.S. Congressman Troy Carter, New Orleans and Company, our family, Greater New Orleans Hotel and Tourism Association, Louisiana Department of Economic Development, Louisiana Department of Culture, Recreation, and Tourism, New Orleans Tourism and Marketing Fund, the City of New Orleans Council, local legislature delegation, New Orleans Cultural Tourism Network, NOTC, all the local businesses, including Maroon and GMC, and of course, last but not least, the amazing people of this great city of New Orleans. Thank you, and thank you. But now, I am so proud to bring up and introduce you to Rochelle Dennis, the co-founder and lead for Girls United.
right, hello everybody. How's everybody doing today? I don't hear y'all. How are y'all doing today? Amazing. So thank you for the beautiful intro, and I'm so excited to be in front of everybody today. I must say I am a little bit disappointed because I did ask to open for Nicki Minaj at the Superdome, and they gave me the press conference to close. So, I mean, I can't complain, but I guess I'll take it. We're settling today, but as you know, Essence never settles. Never settles. And the beautiful thing about being here in New Orleans is having an impact on the community and being here and showing up loud, proud, and with all the Black joy in the world. So I'm very excited to be here today and, really also talk about Girls United. Sorry guys, my notes app closed on my phone. I'm a Gen Zer, so I don't have this written on paper. So Girls United is here to uplift the next generation. It's really Essence's platform to do that, to provide them with the tools, the opportunities, and the resources to go after their wildest dreams. And the great thing about that is each one of you guys, sponsors, Team Essence, the Ashe Cultural Arts Center, the Girls United team, have all had a part in delivering what that is. And without further ado, I would like to also thank the New Orleans community, also the city, and thank you all for coming here and being here and showing up and showing out. And I'd like to also invite up all of the sponsors. I know y'all are in here. I would like to invite you guys all up for a photo. That's you, Henry. I know, why y'all still sitting? And following this, we will be going to our Girls United Day of Service in the Ashe Cultural Arts Center. And right there, we're having activities. I think there's 200 kids there doing a whole bunch of activities within the arts and cultural space. So thank you so much and have a great rest of your day.
That was freaking hilarious.
But I need some lessons. I need to get rid of. I got to
live United Black Party happen in a couple hours right here, y'all.
You're the one. Turn me out of my mind.